Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we're reading for you about a King of Chalices. This is somebody who has had to think about their next step, think about how they would feel. It's like a pros and cons list, right? Do I want to pursue this, or is it time for me to kind of like turn around or turn back? And I don't know, this could be about something pertaining to their healing or a connection to another person. Hello, Jess. But let's call in spirit with a little bit of one time time. Oops, you're good boy. I hope you're having a good day. I hope it's nice weather where you are. If you would like a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. And we're going to start with we're starting with you today. We're gonna start with a Jack-o'-lantern tarot. What else do we have? Is it really? Boy, it's a little cold today, but it could be worse. Ace of Cups, 10 of Wands, King of Wands. This person who, remember, it doesn't have to be gender focused, right? This is two kings, but it doesn't have to be a man. This is energy that indicates emotional maturity and a willingness to pursue something that is special or someone that is special. So, in other words, it kind of feels like somebody is really attracted to you. Maybe they didn't want to be. Maybe they were trying to keep things professional. Maybe they weren't ready for a relationship. But it's like, you know what? Maybe I should. Maybe I should talk to this person. Maybe I should ask if they would like to go on a date, or maybe I should confess that I want to be more than friends. This is some deliberation before someone says, you know what? Why not? I'm just going to go for it. Four of Wands in the reverse, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. This King of Wands is pursuing the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is someone who is seen as very like high honor. They have high integrity. This is probably someone who's also very intelligent, or they have like a specialty or an expertise. But it does feel to me like for a while, this King of Swords has been single. That could be a little intimidating for this King of Wands. Maybe this King of Swords is too independent. Maybe they're not looking for a relationship. Hello, Eli. How are you doing? Six of Wands in the reverse. The Hanged Man in the reverse. And the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So I'm hearing Halsey, bad at love. It's bad at love, right? Or bad in love. I think it's bad at love. This is somebody who in general doesn't see a lot of potential in relationships, but there's something about you. You're living kind of like rent free in their brain. They can't shake this feeling that you would be worth all of the effort, that you would be the kind of partner that they would want. But they're worried that they would make some sacrifice, or they would go out on a limb, tell you that they're interested, and you would reject them. Or you would find them to be maybe not emotional enough. Maybe you don't want emotion. In other words, they may feel like you're super independent. You're not necessarily looking to get that close to somebody. Hello, how's it going, Brad? Hello, Miss Princess. Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups. Seven of Swords in the reverse. I think this is someone you've known, but that they have kept it to themselves that they are interested in a relationship. There may have been some flirtation, there may have been some, joking about it. But I think for the majority of the time you've known this person, either they've been in a relationship, you've been in a relationship, or both. And now there's this like window of opportunity. Okay, you're single and I'm single. And, if you've watched any episode of How I Met Your Mother ever, you got to take a chance, right? I think this person is talking themselves up to the point where they feel confident enough to express their interest in someone they've known for a long time, but not necessarily felt like they could actually pursue anything with this person. Probably because of a relationship, right? Or two. Hello, Jim. How are you doing? So we've got Six of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the Six of Wands in the reverse, and the Tower. The number 6 is important. Six of Wands, Six of Cups, Six of Swords, all of them in the reverse. So maybe the number 9 is important. Oh, and we have the Six of Cups over here. The Tower is saying something is changing, or something did change in the recent past. And because of the Six of Cups being in the reverse, I feel like it's like I'm seeing somebody who's involved and then they like disappear into the background. So I feel like someone has left the building, someone has excused themselves, and someone else is thinking about stepping up and saying, hey, now that, that person's not here, or now that, you've been single a while, what do you say? This person's waiting for the right moment. Another 6. So if you're keeping track, I have pulled 4 cards from this. There's 78 cards. And 3 of them, that's 75%, if my maths are correct, are the number 6. The Emperor and the Queen of Wands. This is somebody who wants to step it up or do some of those things that they haven't done so that they can be the most attractive version of themselves. It's like when you are sprucing up the place before you have a party and you do some of those cleaning things that you probably don't do on like a weekly or maybe even a monthly basis. You're just like, we want to go for like tip-top shape, right? This is somebody who's like, I got to go get a haircut. I got to make sure I have the right outfit. Gonna make a reservation. 8 of Swords in the reverse. There's something that has changed. For some of you, this is potentially, I used to work with you. Now we don't work at the same place. So I could potentially express my interest in you. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. I heard another man's loss, or one man's loss is another man's gain. I really feel like this is somebody who is hoping to express interest in the King of Swords, who has been single for a little while, but may have known their secret admirer for a long time. And their secret admirer has had to remain kind of secret because maybe the secret admirer was in the relationship. Maybe because it feels to me like this King of Swords has this like reputation of being like good on their own. Like, I don't need to be in a relationship. And this King of Wands may have been kind of stuck in a connection. So they may feel now they have this opportunity to go pursue this King of Swords. 10 of Swords in the reverse. So Page of Pentacles, 10 of Swords in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse. How do I make sure this person doesn't think that I'm just looking for a rebound? How do I make sure that this person doesn't think that I'm only interested in them because they're attractive? If I have a reputation for not committing or for being less than loyal, how can I adjust that? I think it's more so If I've just gotten out of a relationship that was a long-term relationship and this person's known me while I was in that relationship, how do I convince that King of Swords that I'm really over that ex of mine? How do I convince them that I'm ready for something new? Have you actually healed from that? Are you going to go, waltzing back to your ex in 3 weeks? This is the Edgar Allan Poe. Hello, Robert. How are you doing? Hello, Key Controller. What's happening? Nine of Cups, Three of Swords in the reverse, Two of Cups in the reverse. I think it's this King of Wands, the King of Cups in the beginning. They have hidden how they felt, even though I think they were in a relationship and their relationship has ended, but they're not heartbroken over it. They don't feel like it's that big of a loss because they feel like now they could potentially get what they want. Knight of Swords. Temperance. No, Strength. Sorry, they look very similar in this deck. Oh my God, stop. Well, at least now I can show you what I was talking about. So these two, this is Strength and Temperance. See what I mean? They're very similar in terms of their appearances. Hey, William, how are you doing? This is interesting. I know what I need to do. I know what I want. I think I have the confidence to say, I think you are like my dream person, or I think we would be a really good match. I'm doing well, thank you. So I feel like this is someone who's going to pop up and tell you their relationship has ended. You've known them for a while. Maybe you wondered why they were in that relationship. You might have felt some kind of like chemistry or sparks between the two of you, but I don't feel like there was any attempt to be disloyal. I feel like this person was in the relationship, and then now that it's over, they're looking at who they know that they could actually trust. Maybe they've been cheated on. Maybe they felt like, they did what they could to be honorable in that relationship, but it just wasn't right. This Queen of Pentacles in the reverse could also symbolize that this King of Wands feels guilty because after their relationship ends, the person that they want to pursue could be the ex of one of their friends or a friend of one of their exes. We've got Page of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, if I express what I really want, if I pursue the person that I have a big old crush on, then I'm pretty certain there's somebody who's going to get upset with me. I'm pretty certain there's going to be some gossip or some people who don't approve. Two of Wands, Four of Swords in the reverse. But I don't want to miss my opportunity. I know that this person and I have some sort of connection between the two of us, and I really want to figure out what it is. So it's like, yeah, I know there's some risk here. Maybe there's someone who doesn't want me to admit that I have an interest in you, but the Tower suggests this person's willing to do that, even if there's somebody that they end up upsetting or a friendship that they end up losing. So we have celebrate, accomplishment, reunion, invitation, event, and festival. I feel like this is about an invitation. There's this cool thing I want to go to, and I want to take you with me. Dimensions, portals, astral travel, otherworldly, unseen, and metaphysical. Communication, expression, voice, transmission, message, news, and connection. Serendipitous, right place, right time, lucky, unexpected, and split. So I feel you knew that somebody was doing right by their relationship, even though they were not necessarily happy. This could be, like I said, someone in your social circle because you have a friend in common or because they are friends with your ex, something like that, right? There was communication that I feel helped you to understand who this person was. You were supposed to meet this person, but you and maybe both of you had two different worlds, or there was an emotional connection, but a logical kind of like realization that this probably wouldn't work. There'd be people that would be mad at us, or, you know, you're in this relationship, whatever it is, right? This is just probably not going to work. But the head versus heart is kind of seeming like the old chapter. Like it's not necessarily the same because this tower is bringing those two worlds together, or, pulling down the wall that separates them. Hello, Laura. How are you? This is the Gilded Reverie. We have the scythe, number 10. Number 25, the ring. Number 43, the labyrinth. I had to end a relationship in order to get the ability to talk to you. This communication card has a spiral effect, much like the labyrinth is. I don't know, maybe I should say like circular, but this makes me feel like the communication was something that I didn't really know if I'd ever be able to admit how I felt or talk to you about whether or not you were interested in me, because there was a relationship in the way. And until that relationship ended, I couldn't really figure out whether or not it was just me that thought that there was chemistry. Maybe I just like misread the situation, right? 13, the child. 35, the anchor, stability. I do feel like there's a parent involved, probably two. That's how kids are made generally. There could be two people that both went through a divorce or a breakup where there were children involved, or there could be one person that was in a more like long-term relationship and they have a child. But this could have been a reason that the end of the relationship was kind of delayed or not prioritized. I want my child to have, an experience with two parents in their home, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying blah, blah, blah because I should dismiss that. It seems like pretty sound logic. But I feel like this masculine energy, our King of Wands, has realized maybe I'm going through too much to try to make this a good environment for someone who already can tell that there isn't much love in between the two people, right? The two parents. So it's like there's a different definition of stability. Maybe it isn't necessarily the relationship that like focus that they thought it was. Maybe it's more about what can I offer this child, no matter what the relationship is with the co-parent or the other person, right? This is the Kipper. If there's not a child involved, the scythe seems to imply that in order to have a more stable relationship or existence, somebody realized that they were dealing with an immature energy and that they needed to let go of that relationship. Main female in the reverse. This is not my soulmate, or I'm not happy in this relationship. Maybe I married too young. Maybe I got involved with this person and I've gone through a lot of changes since then. Or maybe they have. Hello, Doris. How are you doing? So there's this sense that trying to make things work in this relationship that the King of Wands had previously, it's like they felt like they were doing all of the work, right? This is the Tattoo Tarot. Let's see. Eight of Cups, Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Two of Swords in the reverse. So the King of Wands decided to walk away from the relationship because it became pretty clear to them that that relationship wasn't going to change, or the connection wasn't going to change. And it may have been a little bit too much to bear because they had an interest in the King of Swords. We have the Emperor. Oh, I didn't notice you. So I just found the Moon. I feel like there's communication that happens at nighttime between the King of Swords and the King of Wands. And it's going to be the King of Wands saying, I stepped up, I finally did it. I ended that relationship that I wasn't happy with. Or maybe some random run-in with this King of Swords. The King of Wands gets the opportunity to say, yeah, I'm actually not dating that person anymore. I'm single now, or I moved out. With the Ten of Swords, this is actually like the most positive I've seen this Ten of Swords. It's a dude who's looking up at those hands, right? Which to me has always kind of meant, I did this, I created this problem. But I see this very positively. This Emperor is saying, I am causing myself problems or grief or regret by continuing to stay in this situation. I don't want to be the author of my own like disappointment, right? I will choose a different path because I know later on I'm going to wish that I had chosen something different. And it may feel like too difficult a challenge right now, too high a mountain to climb. But if it gets me where I want to be, then I'm willing to put in the work that is required. So they're not afraid to do what they need to, even though it may require, getting a divorce, moving out, finding a new place, finding a new job, whatever it might be. It might be pretty complicated for them, but they don't want to just keep staying where they are just because that's where they are now, right? Nine of Swords and the Page of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this is being willing to admit that there's not much that can change in the context of that old relationship. Maybe even a sense of forgiving oneself. There's no need to stress and like overanalyze. Could I have done this better? Did I do that? Instead, it looks like this Emperor is working on creating balance for themselves. What can I invest in? What's the most important thing for me to do? Where should I focus my time? Hello, Shu. How are you doing? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse and the Seven of Cups. So the thing is, you realize now that whatever you were, the King of Wands, that is, initially trying to make work with that old relationship, they realize if I want something with this King of Swords, it requires me to let go of this connection that I know is not the one that I want for the rest of my life. So therefore, the only thing that's standing in between, supposedly me and what I want is my inability to let go of this relationship that I know is not for me. They took responsibility is what I'm trying to say. When a lot of people might kind of like shy away from that, right? This is the Love Oracle. Hello, Voyager. How are you doing? Let us see that. Shallow, hollow, empty, and boredom. Do you feel like the King of Wands felt there was something lacking or missing from their relationship? And they had this strong tie, this like soulmate bond with the King of Swords that made it all the more apparent to them that there was a different kind of love out there. But it caused them to freeze up. I don't know how to handle this. I don't know if I'm ready to change. I don't know if I want to give up this current life that I have. But that resistance led to bitterness, anger, even with the current partner. because they were so wrapped up in this like fantasy about the King of Swords. Bluff, pretending, mask, exaggeration. So they had to wear this mask and pretend that they weren't interested in the King of Swords. Again, presumably because there's some overlap here with the social community, right? And also pretend that they were happy with this other person that they were in a relationship with. Hoping, expecting, faith, and manifesting. Running, ghosting, disappearing, and invisible, and realizations. Epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. They're no longer interested in disappearing into the wallpaper or pretending everything is, hunky-dory. There's nothing they want to change. They want to live life in a different way. They understand now that even though it might be disruptive, even though there might be some people that would be disappointed in them, if they would be happier walking away from this relationship, they can do, what they need to take care of their child. They can do what they need to find a new place to live or even a new job. All of those things may seem daunting, but they realize now that they have what it takes to be able to do those things. This is the Energy Oracle. Hello, Planet Brad. How are you doing? What else? Contract. Number 6. I told you 6 was important. And number 36. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. That's the third eye chakra, intuition. So even though I know everyone expects me to stay in this relationship or expects me to stay married, expects me to stay with, the parent of my child, I know that I'm called to do something different. And it could be a bit of a long road, but it will end with abundance. And I can go towards what it is that I want, that Knight of Cups, right? Hello, Tiana. How are you doing? So we have appreciation, number 15. And third chakra, Archangel Chamuel. So I feel the throat chakra comes in handy because you are able to have this conversation. The King of Wands has this conversation with their partner. And I feel they know how to express appreciation in a way that kind of softens the blow of the relationship ending. It doesn't feel like this is a bunch of arguing or somebody who wants to make their, partner feel bad about themselves. I think it's more so, I think there's something missing and I think you know that too. And maybe there's something else more that you would want out of a relationship, but we could still potentially be, great co-parents. Maybe you have a dog together instead of a child, but I do feel like there's a willingness to kind of think outside of the box and admit that there might be a way to move forward without being unhappy. So we have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I do feel like for both the King of Wands and their ex, there's new love that is right around the corner for them. It's just a matter of accepting maybe we're a little bit more like roommates. Maybe there's a little bit to be desired. So I feel a very flirtatious energy from the King of Wands and their ex. And the King of Wands wants to flirt, of course, with the King of Swords. Remember, don't get too focused on those genders. This is just energy. It's time to disconnect from the world. Retreat. And chemistry. I feel like the King of Wands looks for an opportunity to have a little getaway or a nice date with the King of Swords because they have finally climbed this mountain, been able to address this relationship that was a barrier to the two of them being able to see if there is some sort of chemistry or some way to pursue a relationship. So they're going for it, right? What else do we want? This is the Hidden Truth Oracle. The timing just wasn't right for us. I want to be more than friends. It's time for me to heal now. So this person has been stuck in a relationship and they are free. They're taking some time for themselves. But I do feel like it's as if they want to check in with you and be like, so look, I know I have to do some things. I probably need to like get a little bit, more comfortable being on my own. But I want to be more than friends with you. The thing is, they're worried. They're worried that somebody is going to find out if they communicate to this King of Swords their interest. Probably an ex, right? I will wait for a sign from you. So it feels to me like this is someone saying, look, I've ended a relationship. I met you, and the truth is I've had a crush on you for a long time, but I wasn't about to step out of my relationship. Now that I'm single, I'm going to take a little time for myself. And it looks like you're still single. So just to make sure that I don't, completely break the heart of the person who, I've been in a long-term relationship with, I'm going to lay low for a little bit. I'm going to hang out by myself for a little bit. And I'm hoping that if you're interested in me, you'll give me a sign and I'll let you know when I kind of like come out from hibernation or, that like week or 2 or 12 where you just need to focus on yourself, right? So there does seem to be some acknowledgement that maybe it's not very good to jump from relationship to relationship, right? Hello, Elise. How are you doing? This is What's the News. We have snack, obsession, physical attraction, sex appeal, and brick wall, defense mechanism, guarded, and hard to reach. So, yeah, I think there are plenty of people who are attracted to or interested in this King of Swords, but they have this reputation for being isolated or on their own. They're hard to reach. They like to spend time on their own, or they don't get flirty with a lot of people, right? So this King of Wands has this knowledge already that, I've got to make sure that I approach this in the right way or in a respectful way. So with the karmics, it feels to me like they already seen plenty of situations with this King of Swords dealing with haters or third parties, and they don't want to be one of those people. We've got supersize me, doing too much, excessive or overindulgence, love bombing. Okay, so I am your friend, right? Because I want to be more than friends. I've heard you talk about, or I know one of the things that really gets under your skin is there's a tendency by a lot of people these days to do love bombing. This is not somebody who enjoys anything to do with love bombing or doing too much. So the King of Swords, that makes sense because they're kind of independent, right? It's like, please give me my space. Make sure that you're not like constantly texting me or expecting me to like video chat you like 8 hours a day, because that's just going to make me feel like you're needy and you wouldn't be able to be in a relationship with someone like me who's independent. So it's like this King of Wands has insight beforehand, what things maybe are not, so great for the King of Swords, and what things may be seen as more attractive because they've had this friendship or this like proximity. They've been in the same community, right? But there is attraction here. So I think when the King of Wands has this conversation and says, I have a little bit of interest in you, but I want to make sure I'm not rushing anything. And I guess I just kind of wanted to like see what your thoughts were on the matter. It's like they kind of plant this idea in the King of Swords mind and they start thinking about how, we've actually had a lot of good times together. We have a very similar taste in music or sense of humor or whatever it is. It's like the King of Swords starts to kind of daydream a little bit, just like the King of Wands has been daydreaming about the King of Swords already. So it seems to be a pretty good strategy. We've got penny pinching. There is perhaps a little bit of a delay in terms of pursuing something with this King of Swords because the King of Wands wants to make sure that they have set themselves up for success after this like change in their life, right? Do I have my own place? Do I have what I need? Oh, actually, that's what I want. Because I don't want to rush anything, right? Let's just take the right approach to it. Hello, Hayden. How are you doing? This is the Gypsy Oracle. What else do we have? Prison in the reverse. Money. So leaving this relationship behind or starting off on their own may have kind of put them at a disadvantage financially, but they anticipate recovering from that. And I do feel like that's part of I just need a little bit of time to heal right now, have some time to myself. But they're focusing on working, saving up some money, addressing some of those things that they need to. For some of you, this person was in a relationship with somebody that stole money from them. Or, they were using their credit cards. If there was a divorce, they took things that they were supposed to leave, like the TV or the couch. We've got the Foe and the reverse card and Widower. The King of Wands is trying to be amicable or not have arguments with the ex, which is part of the reason they want to be respectful. They don't want to just go skipping right from their own place over to yours. They want to have some time to let the other person move on or see things differently. But they've been thinking about being with you for a long time. Sorrow in the reverse. I don't know that the healing period that they need is necessarily about getting over the person they've been in a relationship with, so much as I just need a little bit of time for myself where I'm just thinking about myself or just me and my kid, right? Sorrow in the reverse, reunion in the reverse, and surprise in the reverse. So I'm not going to do anything crazy that might exacerbate the problems with my ex. I want to make sure that if I'm interested in a relationship, I approach it in a way that, makes it so that I can still be able to co-parent with this person without arguing. So they really do want to be respectful with how they approach a relationship with you, but seems to be the priority. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next reading. Toodles.